The next thing I remember, I was fully aware and standing up, yet my body was lying in the bed. I seemed to be surrounded by darkness, yet I could see every room in the house, and the roof, and even under the house. A light shone and I turned towards it. It was magnificent, tangible, and alluring. I wanted to go towards the light, like I might want to go into my mother's or father's arms. What you just heard is a story from Mellon Thomas Benedict, who described his near-death or out-of-body experience. These feelings are defined by some sort of separation of one from one's body. And what's interesting is that only half of near-death experiences are actually near-death, where someone is medically threatened. This week, we spoke to Dr. Kevin Nelson, a professor of neurology at the University of Kentucky. We wanted to know, if half of all near-death experiences occur to people who aren't actually medically threatened, then what's the underlying mechanism, and would it be possible to recreate that in a controlled lab setting?
In fact, Dr. Lempert has done in Germany back in the 90s when he had 34 subjects faint. In fact, I've done it in the lab. I've had my subjects faint and reproduced many of the elements of near-death. Dr. Lempert had in fact, when he compared their subjective experience to, on a near-death scale, they met criteria for that. Some even had out-of-body experiences, and I've had my research subjects faint, and they've had communication with dead family members, even in the safety of the laboratory. And by way of reminder, I said context is everything. Even in this safe context, people have some of the elements.
Near-death experiences are very common, and about 1 in 20 people will have an out-of-body experience in their lifetime. People with narcolepsy, which is a disorder that affects sleep and wakefulness, have these experiences more frequently. Tune in to #BrainUndead on the #Health Podcast to hear the full story.